Hi everyone, so today we're going to learn how to ask a question using 몇 and other counter words that go along with it. So 몇 itself means how many, and it is always followed by a counter word. Or you can also call counter word a measure word. So what is a counter word? In English, you say 3 bottles of water and 2 plates of lasagna, a cup of coffee, right? So bottle, plate, and cup are the counter words here. And Korean counter word is slightly different from English counter word in that in some cases we have a separate word used for counter word only. The most common ones are 개, 명, and 말이. So 개 first is the most common one. So 개 here is a counter word for non-living things, and 명 is a counter word for how many people there are, and 말이 is a counter word for how many animals there are. So when you want to say 5 pens, 6 people, and 8 animals, you can say pen, which means pen, pen 5개, and 사람, which means a person, 사람 6명. And for 8 dogs, you can say 강아지, which means a dog, 강아지 8마리. So we all know that 5, 6, 8 are pure Korean number, right? For 5, 6, and 8. And also in certain contexts, you can remove pen, 사람, and 강아지 and just say 5개, 6명, 8마리 to mean the same thing. So you shouldn't say 5 pen or 6 사람 or 8 강아지. Instead, we replace the nouns with the counter word. So 5개, 6명, 8마리. So when we're stating how many of something there are, we always use counter word. And another thing to note here is that for many counter words, not all, but usually, pure Korean numbers are used, not Sino-Korean number. So so for 5 pens, it's not 5개, it's 5개. You should use pure Korean number, and it's not 6명. It should be 6명, and it's not 8마리. It's 8마리. And I'm sure you remember that 1, 2, 3, 4 in pure Korean number is 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, right? But do you also remember that when these 4 are mixed with the counter word, they change their form? So from 5 to 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, when they're mixed with the counter word, they don't change their form. They just stay as they are. So you can say 5개, 6개, 7개, 8개, 9개, 뭐 10명. However, with these 4, they change their form. So 하나 to 한. So when you want to say there is one of something, you can say 한 개, right? And also, it's not 둘, it should be 두. Okay. 셋 as well, it should be 세 개 and 네 개. Remember? And the rest of the numbers stay the same. So when you want to say there are 22 people in the room, you can say, so we can first write the adverb first, right? Room is 방, right? And in something, 에, right? We use this particle, 방에, 방에, 22 people. So how do you say 22 in pure Korean number? 스물. So 스물둘 is 22, but like I told you, 둘, when mixed with the counter word, 명, it should change its form to 두, right? So it's not 둘, but it's 두. So 방에 22명이 there are 있어요. 방에 22명이 있어요. Or if you want to be like more specific, you can also add 사람. 22명, but it's not really necessary because from 명 it's obvious that he is talking about people, so how many people there are. So you can add this or you don't have to add this. It's up to you. So 방에 22명이 있어요. 방에 사람 22명이 있어요. There are 22 people in the room. And how about I had 13 candies? So had as in ate. So you can say 저는, so object should come first, right? 13 candies. So candy is 사탕. So let's indicate how many of what he had, right? So 사탕, 13, 열셋 is 13, right? But when mixed with counter word, it should be deleted, and 열세, 13개를 먹었어요. ate, right? 저는 사탕 13개를 먹었어요. I had 13 candies. So we learned that 개 is the counter word for non-living things, and it's the most commonly used one. But it is not the only counter word for non-living things there is. There are more specific counter words for different non-living things. For example, if you want to say a cup of coffee in Korean, you can say 커피 한 잔. But 커피 한 개 is also fine too. So both are acceptable, but it is more correct Korean to say 잔. So 잔 is a corresponding counter word for cup, like how many cups there are. And 대 is also a counter word used when you count something quite big. So when you want to say one computer, you can say 컴퓨터 한 대. 컴퓨터 한 대. One computer. But you can also replace 대 with 개. Both are acceptable, but like I told you with 찬, 대 is a more, more correct Korean. So if you really want to be like a native speaker and speak standard Korean, then it's highly recommendable for you to get used to a counter word, different counter word for different things. And 권 is a counter word used for how many books there are. So when you say 3 books, you can say 책. 책 means book, right? 책, 세 권. But like I said, it can also be replaced with 개. Both are acceptable because 개 is the most general, the most commonly used counter word. So if you're struggling to memorize all the counter words, you can at first just get by with 개 for all the non-living things, and people will understand what you mean. But of course, like I said, the most ideal way would be for you to get used to all the specific counter words for different nouns, but you can start by getting used to 개 first. So I will do a separate lesson or make a separate post on specific counter words sooner or later. Okay, so when you want to ask a question on how many things there are, how many people, how many animals there are, you can first say 몇 and then the counter word 개, or 몇 명, or 몇 마리 first. And then you can use the 이다 verb. So 이다 verb is a verb that means to be, right? Something is, something are, something was, were, right? So when you want to say how many is it, you can say 몇 개예요. 에요, if you remember, is the present tense of 이다, right? So 몇 개예요 means how many things is there. So 몇 개예요 means how many are there. And 몇 명이에요, we also learned that 이에요 is also a present form of 이다, right? It's just that when the preceding noun doesn't have 받침, it's 예요. And when the preceding noun has 받침, then it's 이에요, right? I'm pretty sure you remember all of this. So 몇 명이에요 would mean how many people are there. And same with 몇 마리예요. This would mean how many animals there are. So I'm pretty sure you can guess what these questions mean. So 사과가 몇 개예요? 사과가 몇 개예요? 사과 means an apple. So apple 몇 개예요? how many apples are there, right? And 아이들이 몇 명이에요? We learned that I means a child, and when you put 들 after a noun, it becomes a plural form. So 아이들 means children. 아이들이 몇 명이에요? How many children are there, right? 몇 명 and 몇 개. You can also use 있다 verb to ask a question. So when you ask 연필 몇 개 있어요? So 있다, first of all, means there is, right? Or there are. And it also means to have. If somebody has something, you can say 저 연필 있어요. I have a pencil, right? So 연필 몇 개 있어요 means, so 연필 means a pencil. How many pencil do you have? Or how many pencil is there? So 연필 몇 개 있어요 means that. And 가족이 몇 명 있어요? So 가족 means family. So I'm pretty sure you can guess it by now. 가족이 몇 명 있어요? How many people are there in your family? How many family members do you have? 가족이 몇 명 있어요? You can ask this question to ask how many members are there in someone's family. And 애완동물 몇 마리 키워요? So 애완동물, it's a good word for you to memorize. So 동물 means an animal, right? And 애완, when 애완 is attached to 동물, this means a pet. Pet. So 애 here comes from Chinese character which means love. So it literally means an animal that you love and care. 애완동물 몇 마리. And this is a new verb. 키워요. 키워요 comes from this verb 키우다. So 키우다 has a lot of meanings, but here it means to raise a pet or raise a child. So 애완동물 몇 마리 키워요. So obviously 키워요 is the present form of 키우다, right? So 애완동물 몇 마리 키워요 means how many pets do you raise? How many pets do you have? Okay, so I hope there wasn't anything too difficult till here. And 몇 can also be used when you're asking for someone's age, or asking what time it is, or asking how long something has been specifically. So let's start with age. We already learned that when we're saying how old we are, we use this kind of word, 살. So I personally am 27 years old, so I can say I am 27살. 27살. But if you want to ask how old someone is, you can say, so this, you're specifically asking for a number, right? So you can say 몇 살. 몇 살이에요? 몇 살이에요? Or a more polite way to ask for someone's age is 몇 살이세요? So 세요 is a sentence ending that is considered an honorific, so it is a very polite way to speak to someone. And I am also going to make a separate lesson on this, so you don't have to worry too much about it. But anyways, 몇 살이에요 or 몇 살이세요 means how old are you? Like how many years of age are you? And 몇 can also be used when you're asking time. So time in Korean is 시간. So 시 here comes from Chinese character 시, and this also means time. So when we say 1 o'clock, we say 시. We use this measure word, and you can just put the number. For age and time, pure Korean number is used. So it's not 일시, it's 한시, 1 o'clock. And same with 2 o'clock, 2시, 3시. For 3 o'clock, 4시, 5시, 6시. It goes on and on till 11시, 11 o'clock, right? And 12시, 12 o'clock. So when you want to ask what time it is, you can say 몇 시예요? 몇 시예요? 몇 시예요? What time is it? 지금 몇 시예요? What time is it now? 몇 시예요? And when someone asks 몇 시예요 and you want to answer the time, but you have no idea how to say minute. So we learned that for hour, you can say 11시. But for minute, counter word, we use a different counter word. We use 분, and the number should be used in Sino-Korean number. So it should be 20분. It's not 스무. 스물 is it's pure Korean number for 20, right? But for minute, we use Sino-Korean number. So this might be something that you might find confusing at first, but I promise if you get used to it, if you keep practicing, this will stick in your head eventually. So if you want to say it's 3:30, you can say 3시 30분. But for 30, you can also replace 30분 with just 반. 3시 반 means 3:30. So 반 also comes from Chinese character which means half. So 반 literally means half. So it's 3.5. 3시 반, 3시 반이에요. And we also learned that 몇 is used when you're asking for the duration of time. So when you're asking how many hours, how many months, and how many years, 몇 is also used. So hours, the counter word for hours is 시간. It's not just 시. 시 is used when you're stating like specifically what time it is, and 시간 is used when stating how many hours it is. So when you want to ask how many hours, you can say 몇 시간, 몇 시간. And for month, it's kind of tricky because there are two ways. You can say 몇 달 or 몇 개월. And we're going to get back to this later. But even though these two have the same meaning, the number used is different. And years, how many years, you can go with 년. So when you want to say how many hours is it, you can say 몇 시간, 몇 시간, and then put 이다 verb, right? 이에요, 몇 시간이에요. Or if you want to say how many hours does it take? There's a useful verb that I would like you to know. 몇 시간 걸려요. 몇 시간 걸려요. So 걸려요 comes from 걸리다, which means to take time, or it's usually used for time. So when you say 30분 걸려요, it means it takes about half an hour. So 몇 시간 걸려요 means how many hours does it take. And if you live in Korea, someone might ask you this question. 한국에 몇 달 있었어요? Or 한국에 몇 개월 있었어요? So we learned that 달 and 개월 means the same thing. When we're saying how many months, then we say 달 or 개월. However, for 달, pure Korean number is used. And for 개월, Sino-Korean number is used. So when you want to say 1 month, you can say 한 달 or 1개월. And when you want to say 10 months, you can say 10달 and 10개월. So if you've been staying in Korea for, I guess, like a month, then you can answer 한국에 한 달 있었어요. Or 한국에 1개월 있었어요. Or if you've been staying here for 10 months, then you can say 한국에 10달 있었어요. Or 한국에 10개월 있었어요. You can also put 동안 and say 한국에 10달 동안 있었어요. 한국에 10달 동안 있었어요. So 동안 is a particle that we haven't learned, but this is a particle that means for. So this particle follows the noun that states the amount of time. So for a day, for a month. 10달 동안 for 10 months. 한 달 동안 for 1 month. And you can now guess what this means. 한국에 몇 년 있었어요? In Korea, how many years were you here, right? 한국에 몇 년 있었어요? And to answer this, for year, you should put Sino-Korean number. So when you want to say a year, you can say 1년. 1년 있었어요, or 1년 동안 있었어요. I stayed here for a year. I've been here for a year. Or 10년 동안 있었어요. I've stayed here for 10 years. 10년 동안 있었어요. And if you want to ask a question without a measure word, then there is another way to ask how long someone has been staying somewhere, and it's by using this question word, 얼마나. And this is something that we will learn in our next lesson. So you can look forward to the usage of 얼마나. We will also compare this with 얼마. They are used in different ways. Yes, so we'll learn about these two in our next lesson. So yes, that was it for this lesson, and I'm pretty sure that the most confusing part for you would be to distinguish when to use Sino-Korean word and when to use pure Korean word. So usually with Kana words, pure Korean numbers are used more than Sino-Korean numbers, but there are also some cases like 개월, 분, and 년, where Sino-Korean numbers are also used. And this is something that like I keep telling you, that if you constantly kind of review and repeat what you learned, and if you are really eager to use this right, use this in a right way and get this right, it will stick in your head eventually. So keep practicing until you get it, and you'll realize that, oh, this is getting easier, like I'm getting more familiar with this language. So keep going without worrying too much. And thank you guys so much for watching this lesson. I hope this wasn't too difficult to follow, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye bye. 안녕.